Welcome back to Poor Boys RC, everybody. Guys, check this out. Ruko sent over their F11PRO 2 drone and their 65-watt charger. In today's video, we're going to unbox these, get the sucker up in the air, get some nice footage for you guys, and see what it's all about.
Excellent!
The F11PRO 2 can record 4K video at 30 FPS. It takes 6K photos. It's got a 3-axis brushless gimbal, 35 minutes of flight time per battery, and this box comes with 2 batteries, 10,000 feet image transmission distance, great look, design, and decorative LEDs. It's got cruise control, follow me, waypoints, and circle fly, a Sony camera, and free shipping in the mainland US. The Ruko 65-watt charger's got 3 sockets. 2 of them are USB-C and one's a conventional USB-A. For fast charging, you can get a max 65 watts out of a single port of the USB-C or max 18 watts out of the USB-A. In case I missed anything, guys, I've got links in the description box down below where you can click that, go right to Ruko's website, and get all the details you need. All right, technical stuff out of the way. Let's get this thing opened up. So it comes in this nice looking travel case here, guys, with a big handle up top so you can carry it around with ease. Double zipper design. What have we got going on in here? Let's get all this stuff out and talk about it. In the first bag, we've got a little screwdriver and some extra props. In the next bag, we've got the connection cable that goes from the radio to your phone. This bag here, we've got a couple USB-C style chargers. We've got our instruction manual, of course, and a radio overlay. And there's the rest of the box contents there, guys. Looks like we've got a couple batteries here. Let's see what these guys look like. So there's your battery there. Looks like it's got some LEDs to indicate the charge level of the battery pack. And again, the kit came with 2 of these. Very nice. Here's our controller. Looks really good. I think we're probably going to have a couple of thumbsticks right here. Get these bad boys installed. The radio feels really nice in the hand. It almost kind of reminds me of my Xbox controller. There's a dial up here with my right hand, and over here on my left, I've got this camera button right here to take photos, it looks like. And then this is going to open up. That's going to hold your phone. You've got some nice little pads here to hold your phone in there so you don't scratch your screen or scratch up the side of the phone. Really nice soft rubber. And again, overall, it just feels really nice in the hand. These controllers feel really nice and smooth. I like it. The drone itself, let's take a quick gander at that bad boy. So my first impressions are that it is very lightweight. Feels really nice and light in the hand. I'm going to make a quick assumption that our battery is going to pop right in here. That, of course, is going to add the most weight to this thing. And that's just a protective case that we have for the front camera, which, as you can see here, it's mounted on a gimbal, a 3-axis gimbal. That's a Sony camera as well, guys. And that camera is good for 4K video up to 30 FPS and 6K for photos. Got some nice LEDs on there. All in all, it's a good looking little drone. Now in this second box, Ruko also sent over their 65-watt charger. So we want to talk about this little guy for a minute before we get this drone up in the air. So it's got this protective sleeve that you can slide off. And then from here, you've got your 2 prongs that'll go into your standard wall outlet. And then up here, you're going to notice the single USB-A and the 2 USB-C style outlets. With the USB-Cs, you can fast charge one at a time at 65 watts or the single USB-A at 18 watts. And in today's video, we're going to use this charger to charge up these Ruko batteries.
Phone service provider to record this call for training, quality, and analytics purposes.
Hi, thank you for calling Ruko. This is Christine. How can I help you?
Hi, Christine. My name's Phil. I am doing, actually doing a review video on an F11PRO 2 that I got from you folks, and I'm having trouble getting the app to work on my phone. I can get. Now, before we go outside and get this guy up in the air, one thing I wanted to mention, when you are about to set up your controller and have it plug into your smartphone, don't make the same mistake that I did. I made the mistake of taking my USB-C to USB-C charge cable. This is a charge cable. This doesn't have the extra cable in it to transfer data. I used that by accident, and I was not getting the information on my smartphone like I thought I would be. Make sure that you use the correct cable. Again, here we have USB-C to USB-C, but you can see this cable is much different. It is obviously a lot shorter than the charge cable, and it's got these blocks on the end to make it really easy to to get it in and out of the controller. If you use this cable, your smartphone will not get the data transfer that it needs. That's the one to use. So before we get to testing, one thing I wanted to mention is that I'm a noob. Forgive my noobness. I'm still pretty new to the world of drones, but I'm certainly not new to the world of RC or YouTube. Pretty windy day today, and we are surrounded by Pacific Ocean right now. So my biggest fear as someone who's new to the world of drones is always having the drone run away on you. So from here, I think it's a good idea to practice all the functions that the F11PRO 2 has and work through the process that way. Let's get started. So first thing we're gonna do when we open the drone up is to open up these upper legs first, because they've got this lower perch here that'll interfere if you try to open up the bottom ones first. Drone is open, let's get our battery installed. You wanna make sure it's got that good click. This little button right here should pop out. There we go. Now it's in there, it's secured nicely. I've already got the cover off for the camera, and let's long hold this until it beeps. Beautiful. Now we'll do the same thing with the radio, hold that. So this guy's gonna keep beeping until he pairs up with that guy. While it's doing that, I'll get my smartphone installed and get the app fired up. But this interference signal is something I think is really important. Anything over 120, they're gonna want you to calibrate it. If over 180, it's gonna self-calibrate. So I think that interference may have something to do with the wind, because it's looking pretty high right now. My satellite signals are looking good. Drone battery percentage at 93, radio's at 100. We've got a ready to fly signal here, so I think we're pretty much good to go. So a couple things I can do right now. Looks like it defaults to camera mode. There's video mode. We've also got a couple buttons back here, camera and video. So let's get that video rolling. So we want to check the quality of this video as well, because this is 4K video with a 6K photo ability. So we are recording, that is awesome. So let's get the blade spinning and let's get this guy up in the air. All right, so I'm gonna bring her down a little bit. Now we've got a pretty windy day here. As you can see, we are right on the Pacific Ocean, so it's pretty windy. And I'd say this guy's doing a pretty good job of holding itself steady. The wind's coming at us from all angles, so this is interesting. But overall, I'd say that's working pretty well. Let's get her up in the air. So we've got a beautiful view of the beach here. And then with this little knob right here, I can angle my camera down. Maybe even find myself. Where am I? There I am. Okay, so let's try this function, the flight around function. Because I was watching some other guys do it before, and I want to see it out here now that we're way up high in the air. So it's just kind of spinning around in a, I thought it was going to go around me, but it looks like it's just spinning in a circle. Okay. Well, what if we can broaden that out a little bit? Oh, that's down. I'm still learning my controls. Move her back a little bit, see if we can broaden out that circle. Yeah, with the circle broadened out, that creates a nice cinematic look on the camera there. The video quality, from what I can tell on my smartphone here, looks really nice. Well, enough of that function. Let's end that. Actually, what I might do here, it is freezing outside. Now this route planning looked kind of cool. So we've got to work within this circle that we've got here, from what I understand. So let's go for a little zip across the ocean. Just like that. 5 spot, find. And what's that? Does that go? Sending data, please wait. And looks like it's going. That is so cool. That's number 1. And looks like repositioned. Oh, that is so neat. Number 2, I guess I could have set my waypoints a little bit farther apart from one another. Would have made a little more sense. But again, I am new to this, so bear with me, folks. I've got good satellite, I've got good battery, everything's looking really nice. And yeah, it followed that right to point number 5. That is really, really cool. I really want to try this GPS follow function. This looks cool. Let's fire up the disco. Let's see how this function goes. So that's working pretty good. It's having a bit of a time keeping up. I'm doing about 20 kilometers per hour right now. We are in Canada, so we're going to be using metric units here, guys. 25 kilometers an hour. I'm pulling away from it a little bit. I'm going to pull over to the shoulder and see what kind of speed it's more comfortable following at. So we're just crawling at about 5 kilometers per hour, and you can see it's catching up to me, getting me centered back in that camera angle again. That is pretty cool. That is a really neat function. I really like that function. I wonder what it would do if we did a complete U-turn. Will it follow us? Let's find out. Let's see how it likes the U-turn. Oh, look at that. So it's still following me, just going backwards. That is so cool. And it looks like it's gonna kind of pan out a little bit. Well, that's neat. I like that. I like how it sorted that out. That is cool. And again, we're doing about 30 kilometers an hour now, and it's actually doing a pretty good job of catching up. That is cool. Now we're gonna pull over here again, get right back to where we started. And let's let her get caught back up to us here. Very cool. Very, very cool. Split screen, that's used if you've got like a VR headset. Night mode is for nighttime filming. What about zoom? Oh, look at that, wow. And that's a 5x zoom. So you can see it starts getting pretty grainy at 5 times from that distance. But it's still a very cool function to be able to have. Filter, what do we got? Meet in the Rain, look at all these different filters we have. Love as Sunshine, Motley Crue, Cool as Water. Obsessed with the Distance. Okay, that'll be our filter for the rest of this video, I guess. Vertical screen, guys, that you're gonna use that if you're doing like your TikTok and your Instagram kind of vertical screen recording. And then this is interesting. This recording button right here. Here, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This is now gonna match my audio from my smartphone to the drone itself. You know what, let's not, I want to test out this return to home, but I also want to test out how long this battery is going to last. It's claimed to last 35 minutes, and here you can see we're at 55%, and I'm at 8.5 minutes of recording time. From what I gather, most people are getting that 20, 21, 22 minute runtime, but we'll find that out for ourselves here. Okay, so now I can see my battery here starting to dip down a little bit. I'm at 39%. Around 20, I think, would be a smart time to start bringing it back. But let's experiment with something here. I can get rid of my beginner status, get my flight distance max to 10,000 feet, altitude up to 393 return altitude. We want to get that return altitude to 65 is good. Storage settings. So we're climbing really good here, guys. Look at that. 240, 250 feet high, 260 out. Overall, I'm just kind of really playing with things. I'm not doing any dynamic drone flying or anything like that. So that's probably a bit easier on the battery. But we do have the camera rolling the whole time, which I'm sure would consume more battery. The drone's very responsive. The controllers, like the thumbsticks, feel a little bit kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost kind of sticky. We're still at 31% on our battery. So let's keep exploring a little bit. We'll get to about 25 and then we're going to hit the bring it home button and see what happens. I'm really eager to see what this, okay, so this may actually bring itself home. Here we go. It does have a low voltage return to home function. So let's see how that works. That's perfect. I'm not flying the drone at all here. So it's brought itself home and now it's just sitting above me. Let's get outside here and take a look. Okay, so let's bring this guy down. There's me. And let's see how close it gets to me. So I can start to hear it again. This looks pretty accurate, guys. So if I were to come straight down, I'm pretty much gonna land on the Land Rover, but that's pretty good. That's about 10, 12 feet off. Okay, I'm impressed. Very, very cool. It is way too cold and way too windy outside, so I'm gonna film the rest of this inside here. So that was a full battery pack, guys. We were about 19 minutes of runtime there, and I still had about 18%. Safe to say, I watched a bunch of other reviews. Guys were getting in that 20 to 21 minutes, 22 minutes, but they were really flying their drone around quite a bit more than I was. I was really just kind of getting a feel for it. Again, being a complete noob to this, I don't have the flying skills that a lot of you guys watching probably do have. So my initial reaction, again, after a guy that's been in the hobby and into the radio control hobby for about 40 years, I'm always impressed at what drones can do. So for the price point, we're looking at this $400 to $450, $500 USD price point. But even on a windy day like this, sitting on the side of the Pacific Ocean, once that thing is up in the air, it's actually surprisingly stable. The return to home function is a complete lifesaver, especially if you're a noob like me. And one of the neat functions about that return to home is that the default is, I believe, 65 feet. So it's actually still quite high up in the air, because this drone does not have collision avoidance. So that's something to really remember. So I think the idea is to keep it high up in the air to avoid any trees or power lines, anything like that. As it returns to you, then from there you can gently guide it back down and avoid any obstacles that may be around. Pretty cool. Works really well. That's my initial thought after running it. So I'm going to pop the second battery in right now, and let's keep flying this thing and get a bit of a better feel for it and do some flying around, really start to experience it now. My thoughts on the Ruko F11PRO 2 are highly positive. I think it's a good looking drone. I think it's very stable. It flies well. It's got a lot of neat features that I think are very usable features. And being that it comes in at that $400, $500 price point, I think it's really geared towards people that want a quality drone but don't want to spend the giant money on a drone, especially a newbie like myself. It's got a nice camera, great styling, great price point, easy to fly, good functionality. I would definitely recommend this drone to my friends and family and to all the viewers at home. This is a good one to check out. And the one thing I haven't mentioned yet was that I had to call the information hotline yesterday to get some help with mine. Like I said earlier in the video, I used the wrong USB-C cord when I was trying to set up my camera. I called the helpline number that they have on the app. Somebody picked up the phone right away and was helping me instantly. That's one thing I haven't seen on any of the other reviews, is that there was actually a very helpful person on the other end of the helpline when needed. So I guess that's it for me today, guys. I'm going to sign off. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For all you new drone people that came to the channel to check this one out, thanks for stopping by. I hope the video earned a sub. I know most of the content we do in this channel is going to be surface-based, meaning radio-controlled cars, but we do get into some helicopters, drones, airplanes, that kind of thing on occasion as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Everyone, hey, be excellent to each other.